Are you a gamer? Does this happen to you? Do your kids steal your game when you pass out? Do you even have kids? Well, if so, we have the product for you. Alright, enough of the horrible infomercial. Let's get down to brass tacks here. This is the review for Hilo Gametime Gummies, which is a caffeine product geared towards gamers that are not wanting to drink a caffeine product, I guess. But as weird as that seems, it does kind of make sense, because if you're on the go and you don't want to have a pre-workout, if you even take a pre-workout, or you don't want to drink coffee, this is something where you can just pop a couple gummies in and you'll get that effect. This really only has three main ingredients with it too: cognizin, choline, cognizin CDP choline, that's a long thing, but cognizin, caffeine, and L-theanine. Okay, and we'll get into that here in a second. But this is Magic Mountain, or Mountain Magic flavor. There are 80 gummies in here, but 4 is a serving, so you're only getting 20 servings out of this. I got this for roughly 20 something off of Amazon. There are 45 calories in this. There are 11 grams of carbs. 6 of those are sugar and 5 are added sugar, so you're really getting 11 grams of sugar in this. For a reference point, 14 grams is actually a tablespoon, so you're dangerously close to that. So it does have a lot of sugar in it, but that's because of the 3 that they're putting in here and them trying to mask the like aspirin-y type taste that this has in it. Which you can actually smell. If you take this off, smell it. It smells like an icy pop, or like a push pop with crushed aspirin in it. And I know that doesn't sound appealing, but once you actually eat one and it's past that first couple seconds where it kind of tastes like it smells, it actually tastes fine. But that might be a deterrent for some people. They're like, no way, I don't want to mess with that. So let's go ahead and quickly get into these. Cognizin is a nootropic. For anybody that doesn't know what a nootropic is, that's actually a product that helps with the brain. They've kind of built this new class and they've labeled them nootropics because they have a direct effect on cognitive performance, memory, things like that. L-theanine is actually in here as well, and that's another one. That's a nootropic, but that's an amino acid. Reference point, I'm actually a personal trainer for my regular day job, and my degree is in nutrition from Oklahoma State University. I do the gaming channel, but that's what I do for my day-to-day job. And this is another huge passion for me. So I look at it from the kind of research side of it, and I want to make sure that these things are backed up. And I also want to explain that whether or not these have the doses where you're actually having research done, where they're saying, hey, that's actually an effective dose, versus they put a low amount in it. We call it crop dusting, where they'll put a low amount in it, they'll charge you a premium, but you're not even going to get the actual effects out of that. So cognizin, typically you're looking at 500 milligrams to 2,000 milligrams for what we're seeing with the research. At 250, it's below that, but I'm going to be honest, I take 2 servings of this if I'm going to actually take it as my sole caffeine source for the day. So you can get there with this, you're just going to end up having to take double. This has 100 milligrams of caffeine. We already know that caffeine helps with cognitive performance. Obviously, it's going to give you energy. At 2 servings, I'm going to get 200 milligrams of that. I'm already taking 200 to 300 milligrams a day anyways, with either coffee, or if that's my thing for the day, or I might do a pre-workout if I'm needing that for the day. So I do pick different caffeine sources, or I might do this, and I have done this a couple times where I've done this just in isolation, just to see what it does. And it does definitely, once I get towards the 200, 300 milligram mark, it does feel like any of the other caffeine products that I'm taking. And then L-theanine. Now that one's interesting because it is a nootropic, but L-theanine helps with reducing anxiety. Typically you're seeing studies done at 100 to 200 milligrams. With the reduction of anxiety, it helps, and it pairs very well with caffeine to help reduce the effect that might have, where, for instance, myself, if I do too much caffeine, it makes me very anxious. Now, anybody taking too much caffeine is going to make them anxious, but within the safe dose for myself, I've noticed 200, 300 milligrams, I might get a little bit anxious. Something like L-theanine definitely takes that edge off. So it helps reduce anxiety and stress, but it also improves or boosts cognitive performance as well. So it has kind of a dual function or dual role, and that's why it pairs very, very well with caffeine here. So that's what's actually in this. It's just the 3. It's not crazy complicated beyond that. They do have decent doses in this, and that's the big thing that I always check with a supplement. After that, the other ingredients are things I don't agree with, and this is usually just my plight with the kind of the supplement industry. But other ingredients, tapioca syrup, that's where we're getting sugar from, and then sugar, obviously we're getting more sugar, and that's where you're getting that 11 grams. Water, natural and artificial flavor, I have no idea what that means. That doesn't mean much because they're not actually telling you what's in that. You don't know what's natural, you don't know what's unnatural. So that I don't like with any product, and that's in here. Citric and malic acid, we're just looking at a preservative with that, and that's completely fine because that's vitamin C. Locust bean gum, I'm assuming that's in here just to keep the shape of this. Sucralose, which is an artificial sweetener, so they have sugar in there and then an artificial sweetener on top of it. Not a fan. Asulfame, potassium, preservative, yellow 5, blue 1, thus making this green. I'm not a fan of the dyes. You can do that another way, where you actually just use natural coloring agents. Tapioca starch, and then ethyl cellulose, and I think that's also just to keep the shape of this. So, would I recommend this for anybody? For me, there's a couple caveats with it. One, do you already take other products? Are you kind of already a veteran with a tolerance that's a little bit on the higher end for caffeine? Maybe not, but there's still a reason that you might get this, which is convenience. If anybody's looking for a product where, hey, I don't want to take a pre-workout comes in the same size bottle, but I'm not going to scoop that up and put it in water or anything like that. I don't want that next to my very expensive PC. Then yes, this is very convenient. I can take these, pop them out. It's good to go. Doesn't do so well in the heat. I've noticed I have to keep these in the fridge. It's almost like they kind of start, not necessarily melting, but like kind of falling apart a little bit. If it got too hot, that's where you might not want to go this route. But if you're somebody that is caffeine sensitive, but you still want a little something, the good news is with this having 4 gummies per serving, you could literally just take 2, get half of that. So now I'm getting 50 milligrams of caffeine, or you could just take 1, get 25 milligrams. Take 3, get 75. However you would want to do that, you can actually sparse this out. The convenience factor is huge with this, and that's why I definitely would recommend it for somebody that is a caffeine veteran that needs something on the go. Maybe it's just a little bit extra throughout the day, which is how I'll use it sometimes. I've already had my coffee, but 3 o'clock rolls around and just need a little extra. I'll take 2 of these. It's just enough to keep me going. For the person that's caffeine sensitive, now I can actually just spread that out and I don't need as much. Boom, it's just enough to take the edge off and I can keep gaming whatever I need to do. So this is something that I definitely recommend. Taste wise, it kind of tastes like I said, the aspirin to start, and then it goes towards an ice pop. I don't know the exact flavor. I just know that it tastes like a push ice pop, right? But I couldn't tell you, hey, that tastes like, I don't know, green apple, whatever it may be. I just don't know. I can't quite discern that. If somebody takes this and they do figure that out, let me know in the comment section because I'm very curious for that. But that is it. If you guys like the video, hit the like button for me. I definitely recommend this. That's kind of my 2 cents on either one of those. If you're a caffeine veteran, you don't need something like this. It's going to be a waste of your time, right? You'll do another product that has more caffeine in it, that has a higher effect, or you're just going to drink coffee, right? But I am going to recommend this for those reasons that I've stated. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you like the video, hit the like button for me. If you have any questions on this, do so in the comment section below and I'll make sure that I get those out to you. And thanks again for watching.